Turkey to build second runway at MHB-owned Sabiha Gökçen International Airport. 152 illegal immigrants nabbed in integrated operation. Good evening, welcome to News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. 152 illegal immigrants of various nationalities were successfully detained in a raid at several plants in the Gurun industrial area in Kedah. Kedah Immigration Director Zuhair Jamaluddin said based on civilian information and intelligence gathered, the department launched an integrated operation at plants identified to have taken on illegal immigrants as employees. During the raid, some of the illegal immigrants attempted to flee into the woods nearby. Others, however, tried to hide in drains which were filled with bushes to evade capture. The operation involved Perlis Immigration Department where 560 foreigners were inspected. Of the total, 152 individuals comprised 68 Chinese nationals, including 14 women, along with 3 Taiwanese men, 18 Bangladeshi men, 6 men from Myanmar, 28 Indian men, 23 Pakistani men, 5 Nepalese men, and 1 Egyptian man. All those arrested are aged between 20 to 67. Among the offences committed include not possessing valid travel documents, overstaying visa, and failing to adhere to travel pass requirements by working illegally. Were issued witness summonses to facilitate in the investigations. Pekan UMNO has filed a preliminary objection against a forfeiture suit by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, or MACC, which seeks to recover 700,000 ringgit worth of monies linked to 1MDB. Counsel Dato' M. Reza Hassan, representing Pekan UMNO, which was named as respondent, spoke of the matter before High Court Judge Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali during case management today. Lawyer Muhammad Yunus Sharif, representing Nazar Quest Auto Syndrome Berhad, and counsel Amin Othman, acting for Yayasan Raha, which are the respondents in the forfeiture suit, told the court that they had requested for full settlement. Aside from Pekan UMNO, the MACC is claiming 262,662 ringgit from Nazar Quest. Earlier, Nazar Quest said in a press statement on 21st of June that the monies received from former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak were for the purchase of 4 Chevrolet cars in 2012 to 2013. Additionally, the MACC is seeking to recover 839,489 ringgit 82 cent from Yayasan Raha, which is named after Datuk Sri Najib's mother, Tun Raha Muhammad Noah. Judge Muhammad Nazlan then fixed 23rd of August for case management of the Nazar Quest and the Yayasan Raha cases, as well as to hear the preliminary objection by Pekan UMNO. The Gazette notification was made under Section 56, Subsection 1 and 61, Subsection 2 of the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. In a notice of motion, the prosecutor applied for an order to publish a notice under Section 61, Subsection 2 of the Act on all third parties claiming any interest in the property seized from all respondents to attend or be represented by their lawyers before the High Court on a date yet to be fixed. Another 6 officers from the Pulau Pinang Road Transport Department, or RTD, were charged at the Special Corruption Court in Butterworth for their alleged involvement in a lorry protection racket. Now, the 6 officers, Enforcement Assistants Aminorofi Rais, 44, Muhammad Faisal Saleh, 33, Abu Baida Yaakob, 51, Azrul Faiz Muhammad Saad, 36, and Yusri Juso, 48, and Assistant Vehicle Inspector Muhammad Sarwani Muhammad Noor, 34, who are on grades 19 to 29, however, pleaded not guilty. The 6 officers who are still on active duty were charged with 14 separate counts of accepting bribes, totaling more than 10,000 ringgit from transport operators as inducement not to take action against them for offences under the Road Transport Act 1987 and Land Public Transport Act 2010. Aminorofi was charged with 5 counts, Muhammad Faisal has 2 charges, and Abu Ubaida faces 2 charges. Azrul Faiz claimed trial to one charge. Muhammad Sarwani was hit with 3 charges, while Muhammad Yusri was accused in 1 charge. They allegedly committed their individual offences by accepting the funds through various banks sometime between 2016 and 2018. Judge Nizam Zakaria allowed bail at 10,000 ringgit for Aminur Rofi and 8,000 ringgit each for the other 5. She then fixed 24th of September for case mention. Now, police have detained 4 people in its probe into the murder of a couple in Taman Desa Melati in Nilai Negeri Sembilan on Wednesday night. Nilai Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Nur Mazuki Besar in statement said the suspects aged between 30 and 45 were detained at the district police station. Superintendent Muhammad Nur added that police have obtained a 7-day remand order which starts today and ends on 1st of August. Firemen called in to put out a fire at the home of Tan Kim Ju, 73, and his wife Ng Chong Hua, 67, were surprised to find their lifeless bodies with stab wounds and other injuries. Tan, a retired engineer, had injuries to his left wrist, forehead and right arm, while his wife, a retired teacher, had 2 stab wounds on her chest and injuries to her left wrist. The front grille to the couple's double-story corner unit was also locked from the inside, while the back door was open. Foul play was suspected when the firemen found Tan's remains in the kitchen and his wife's in the storeroom. The case is being probed under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. The fire razed 4 workers' quarters at a construction site near the Araha Mosque in Kampung Kerinci in the nation's capital today. The first distress call was received at 8:53 a.m., which alerted the fire and rescue departments. A team of firemen from the Pantai, Seputeh and Hang Tuah stations were immediately dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, the 28-man team, which was led by Operations Chief Muhammad Ridwan Kamaruzzaman, attempted to put out the fire that involved 4 shared houses.
Kekuatan anggota seramai 28 orang dari Balai Bomba dan Penyelamat Pantai, Balai Bomba Seputeh dan Balai Bomba Hang Tuah. Kita terima panggilan pada 8.53 minit pagi dan jentera pertama sampai pada 8.59 pagi. Dan seterusnya kebakaran dapat dikawal pada 9.23 pagi.
There were fortunately no casualties while the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Coming up next, Pakatan Harapan against appointing politicians for GLC posts. Turkey is implementing a construction project to build a second runway at the Sabiha Gökçen International Airport, SGIA, in Istanbul, which is managed and fully owned by Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad, or MAHB. The project is expected to be fully completed by next year. The matter was announced by MAHB Group CEO Raja Azmi Raja Nazuddin while briefing Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and the Malaysian delegation on the history of the acquisition of the airport by MAHB, its achievements and development, as well as future plans. Tun Dr. Mahathir said the Malaysian delegation touched down at the airport from the Turkish capital city of Ankara at about 10:50 a.m. local time. Raja Azmi said the sum of passenger movement is expected to double once the project is fully completed. Last year, the airport recorded 34.1 million passenger movement, which is an 8.8% increase compared to 2017. The achievement made SGIA the second largest airport in Turkey and the 12th largest in Europe in terms of passenger capacity. 56 airline companies operate at the airport. 38 are for domestic flights, while 108 are international. The Human Resources Ministry says a public holiday on 30th of July declared by the federal government in conjunction with the installation of the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong also applies as a paid holiday for employees in the private sector. Now, this is provided for under Section 60, subsection D1B of the Employment Act 1955, which states, among others, that every employee shall be entitled to a paid holiday on any day appointed as a public holiday. Al-Sultan Abdullah Riyatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah of Pahang will be installed as the 16th Yang di-Pertuan Agong on 30th of July at Istana Negara in Kuala Lumpur. Elaborating further in a statement released today, the ministry said that based on the provision in the Employment Act, employers can replace the paid holiday with any other day. The statement also said that for Sabah and Sarawak, this would be in accordance with their respective laws. The federal government declared 30th of July public holiday in accordance with Section 8 of the Holidays Act 1951 for Peninsular Malaysia and the Federal Territory of Labuan. As for Pahang, the state government has announced 30th and 31st of July as public holidays in the state. The ministry further noted that it issued a statement to draw the attention of private sector employers to their obligation to give the additional public holiday to their employees, besides emphasizing the right of employees to get the paid holiday for the public holiday in accordance with the provision of the labour laws. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin received a courtesy call from the new British High Commissioner to Malaysia, Charles Hay, at Putrajaya. With the new appointment, Hay takes over from Victoria Treadle, whose term of service has ended. The meeting between Tan Sri Muhyiddin and Hay lasted for about an hour. Both parties had the opportunity to discuss various issues in line with fortifying bilateral relations, especially in the aspect of security. Aside from that, the talk enabled Malaysia to put forth the latest government policies and national stance, namely on matters of mutual interest. Parti Keadilan Rakyat or PKR President Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim says Pakatan Harapan remains against the idea of appointing politicians into government-linked companies or GLCs unless the candidate is qualified for the position. Now, he also says that the coalition stance is clear on political appointees in GLCs, although it is not an official policy yet under the federal government.
Bukan semua orang politik ini diletak yang tidak berwibawa ataupun korup. Kalau dia layak dan berwibawa, kita pertimbangkanlah.
The PKR president said this after the Malaysian Economic Symposium at the Parliament building in Kuala Lumpur. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Anwar declined to comment on continuing speculation that his deputy, Datuk Seri Azmin Ali, may join another political party. He said Datuk Seri Azmin's aide already denied the rumour, negating any need for him to comment. The Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry, or KPDNHEP, will increase efforts to provide an explanation to traders and consumers regarding the tax on sugary drinks, which began earlier this month. Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution said there was confusion among the public concerning the implementation of the tax, which prompted several traders to raise the price of drinks at eateries.
Memang ditemui aduan kenaikan harga minuman dengan alasan bahawa soda tax dikenakan tanpa dia mengetahui bahawa dia jual teh tarik, dia jual kopi or ais, itu tak ada kaitan dengan soda tax. Yang ni kalau dia beli produk dengan nama berkarbonat, itu baru kena.
Datuk Seri Saifuddin said this to the media after officiating the opening of AJ Best Supermarket in Kuala Lumpur. On 1st of July, the government enforced the implementation of tax on sugary drinks of 40 cents per litre for drinks containing sugar that exceeds the stipulated threshold, such as carbonated drinks. This does not include drinks made at food premises such as teh tarik, coffee and others. Datuk Seri Saifuddin also urged consumers to lodge a report to KPD and HEP authorities if they come across traders who randomly raise the prices of food and beverages. Celcom today launched Malaysia's first fifth-generation wireless or 5G live cluster field trial in a bid to accelerate the 5G technology realization. The 6-month 5G field trial will be conducted within the areas of Petaling Jaya Central, in Selangor with the objective to test and observe the use and behaviour cases of 5G coverage within real-life environments. Elaborating further on the matter, Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, or MCMC, Chairman Al-Ishal Ishak, who launched a free trial, said that there are plans to test the 5G field trial nationwide in the future.
Perancangan seterusnya memang kita akan membawa beberapa aplikasi demonstrasi 5G ini ke beberapa tempat di seluruh negara.
The 5G live cluster field trial at the moment will currently cover areas around Petaling Jaya, which includes Section 14, Menara Celcom, Crystal Crown Hotel, MBPJ Tower and Taman Jaya LRT. These 5G macro sites have coverage of approximately 1.22 square kilometres wide, which is expected to cover 450 households, 130 shop lots, offices and outdoor spaces, with an approximate population of over 4,600 in the region. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of Celcom Axiata Berhad, Idham Nawawi, said that he is confident that the 5G trial will allow Celcom to consider and eventually deliver the latest technologies and innovation, such as a world-class 5G network, to all consumers. And before we end the bulletin, here's something for Beatles fans, old and young. Unless you are oblivious to the music of the Beatles and their place in music history, the movie, aptly titled Yesterday, is a must-watch. So let's go back to yesterday, where all your troubles seemed so far away.